Anthropic published a report this week accusing 3 Chinese AI labs of systematically extracting capabilities from Claude. The labs are DeepSeek, Moonshot AI, and MiniMax. Together, they generated over 16 million conversations through roughly 24,000 fraudulent accounts, according to them. Here's what actually happened. The technique is called distillation. The basic idea is straightforward. You train a weaker model on the outputs of a stronger one. It's a completely standard practice, and labs use it all the time to compress their own models into smaller, cheaper versions. The problem is, you can also do it to someone else's model. Instead of building capabilities from scratch, you query a competitor's system at scale, collect the responses, and use those as training data. You're effectively transferring capabilities without doing the underlying research. Anthropic estimates this saves competitors significant time and cost compared to independent development. Anthropic describes 3 separate campaigns, each following a similar playbook: proxy services, fake accounts, and highly structured prompts targeting specific capabilities. DeepSeek ran the smallest operation by volume, around 150,000 exchanges, but it was technically sophisticated. One notable tactic: they prompted Claude to reconstruct the internal reasoning behind its own answers, step by step. This generates chain-of-thought training data, which is exactly what you need to build reasoning models. They also use Claude to rewrite politically sensitive questions into censorship-safe alternatives, likely to train their own models to navigate those topics the way Chinese platforms require. Anthropic traced the accounts to specific researchers at DeepSeek through request metadata. Moonshot AI, the company behind the Kimi models, ran 3.4 million exchanges across hundreds of fraudulent accounts. They varied account types to make the campaign look less coordinated. Anthropic linked it to senior Moonshot staff through public profile matching. In a later phase, they shifted toward trying to extract Claude's reasoning traces directly. MiniMax accounts for the bulk of it. 13 million exchanges focus on agentic coding and tool use. What makes their case notable is that Anthropic detected the campaign while it was still active, before MiniMax had shipped the model they were building. When Anthropic released a new Claude version mid-campaign, MiniMax redirected nearly half their traffic to it within 24 hours. All 3 labs face a basic problem. Anthropic doesn't offer commercial access to Claude in China, so they went around it. They use what Anthropic calls Hydra cluster architectures, networks of fraudulent accounts spread across Anthropic's API and third-party cloud platforms. One proxy network managed more than 20,000 fake accounts simultaneously, mixing distillation traffic with normal requests to make detection harder. When accounts got banned, new ones replaced them. No single point of failure. Anthropic makes 2 arguments for why this is a broader problem than just IP theft. The first is about safety. Anthropic and other US labs build in restrictions to prevent their models from helping with things like bioweapons development or offensive cyber attacks. A distilled model doesn't necessarily carry those restrictions over. The capabilities transfer, but the safeguards may not. The second is about export controls. The US restricts chip exports to China, partly to slow down frontier AI development. Distillation attacks are a workaround. You don't need to train a model from scratch if you can extract capabilities from someone who already did. Anthropic argues this actually strengthens the case for chip controls, since running distillation at this scale still requires significant compute. Anthropic says that they built classifiers to detect distillation patterns in API traffic, tighten verification on account types that were being exploited, and are sharing indicators with other labs and cloud providers. They're also working on model-level countermeasures designed to reduce how useful Claude's outputs are for training without affecting legitimate users. They're publishing the report publicly because they think the problem requires a coordinated industry and policy response, not just an individual company defense. Whether that coordination happens is another question, but the report is worth reading. The link is also in the description for you guys. Not everyone is taking Anthropic's report at face value. The pushback started almost immediately. Elon Musk's response on X was pretty representative of the skeptic camp. How dare they steal the stuff Anthropic stole from human coders? Pointing to the fact that Anthropic, like every other major AI lab, trained its model on vast amounts of internet data without explicit permission from the people who wrote it. The argument being, It's a bit rich to cry theft when your own foundation is legally and ethically contested. That criticism has real traction. Several replies echoed the same point. One commenter noted, as opposed to other AI companies which use organically harvested data from farmers, which is a sarcastic way of saying nobody's hands are clean here. The broader critique is about consistency. AI labs have largely won the argument that scraping public data for training is either legal or at minimum tolerable, but they're now asking for sympathy and potentially regulatory protection when competitors do something structurally similar to them. Whether you think those two things are equivalent is genuinely debatable, but the optics are awkward. There's also a geopolitical angle to this. Some people read the report less as a neutral disclosure and more as Anthropic lobbying for a stricter export controls and API access restrictions, policy outcomes that happen to benefit US labs competitively. But that doesn't mean the findings are false, but it's worth noting who benefits from this narrative. But here's where the story gets a little bit more complicated. On the same day Anthropic published this report, Axios broke a separate story. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has summoned Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei to the Pentagon. According to a senior defense official, this is not a routine meeting. Their exact words to Axios were, "This is not a get-to-know-you meeting. This is not a friendly meeting. This is a shh or get off the pot meeting." Meaning, Anthropic is apparently being pressured to formally commit Claude to military use. Think about what that means for how you read the Distillation report. Anthropic is walking into the Pentagon under pressure to prove its national security asset, and on the exact same day, they published a detailed report about Chinese labs stealing American AI capabilities, undermining export controls, and threatening national security. This is a very convenient story to have in your back pocket before that meeting. Again, the attacks are probably real, and the technical detail in the report is specific enough to be credible, and other labs apparently corroborated some of it independently. But this happened, and we're publishing this now for purely neutral reasons are two different things. Frontier AI labs are increasingly operating in a space where they need government relationships, defense contracts, and regulatory goodwill to survive at the top. Anthropic has been more cautious than some competitors about military applications, and that's been part of their public identity. But that position appears to be under pressure, and a report that frames Claude as a strategic national asset worth protecting lands very differently in that context than it would on a slow news day with no Pentagon meeting on the calendar. Whether the timing is a coincidence, you can decide, but it's the most interesting part of this whole story. But that's it for today's video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, follow Universe of AI on Twitter, as well as subscribe to our main channel, World of AI, and subscribe to the newsletter as well. You don't want to miss this. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll see you in the next one.